And a splendid setting it is too for an appetising Yorkshire derby. Wednesday have made just one enforced change to the side held here by Manchester City on Saturday. Andy Sinton has turned an ankle. He could be back next week, but for now he has to join the likes of Chris Waddle and Des Walker on the sidelines. His place on the left side of midfield goes to Ingerson, with Ian Taylor, the summer signing from Port Vale, coming in on the bench. A familiar face to Yorkshire viewers, Chris Kamara has a new role tonight. Lee Sinnott hobbled out of Bradford's game against York at the weekend. He's not made it, so Kamara slots in at centre-back. Wayne Benn, who played in the first two games of the campaign because of suspension to Richard Liburd, gets another chance. He'll operate in midfield in this lineup with John Taylor up front alongside the prolific Jewell. Referee Terry Holbrook from Wolverhampton thought he'd refereed his last match here last season when Wednesday played Manchester City, but he's won a one-season reprieve from the Premier League bosses. He's thrilled to be back. Well, Bradford created a big impression at this stage last season when they beat Norwich City by 2-1 at Valley Parade, and they would certainly create a stir if they did the same here to Sheffield Wednesday tonight. Wednesday desperate for a win to get over this poor start to the season. If they do get one, it will be their first here of the season. But they have the immediate encouragement of a free kick, and Sheridan pumps it forward quickly. A little back flick from David Hurst. Important moments for Bradford, I feel. They'll be looking to settle early in this game. Always important for the lower division side to make a confident start when they're away to a Premier League team. It's a long kick from Pressman. Nicely headed back. That's Paul Tomlinson, who started his career with Sheffield United across the city. Yep, he'd be quite appropriate, actually. Oops, is that? That is lazy nick, isn't it? Liburd. Richie Barker, Sheffield Wednesday's assistant, looking as tense as always in these early phases of the game. He knows it's a sorting out process. Bradford closing their men down intelligently. Sheridan with a longer pass this time, does find Petrescu, and he's going to get a cross in here for Mark Bright, and Tomlinson and Richards between them keep it out. Mark Bright thought without question that he was about to celebrate his first goal of the season with the header.
A determination from Petrescu, a good ball in, climbs well, heads it down. What a tremendous save. Going the wrong way, great reactions and cleared by the defender.
Hurst, nice little header from him, down for Petrescu. Oh, good chip from the Romanian, and Hurd is bundled out of it on the D, and there will be a free kick for Sheffield Wednesday here in the sort of position John Sheridan relishes.
Yeah, lovely first touch. The referee had a long look at it, but as you can see from the replay, he's nearly took his tonsils out there with that tackle.
Nice way of putting it. Chris Kamara was the offender. Graham Hyde the one who felt it. But this is a good position for Wednesday, as you would have guessed. Bradford City have 11 men behind the ball. There they all are. Like a team photograph. Sheridan could chip it. Mark Williams, Sheridan, so unlucky. Well, I've seen Sheridan score so many goals from free kicks in identical situations, and that's a variation on a theme. The little flip up, he's so accurate and he's so unlucky.
Wonderful skill, confidence as well, a la Matt Le Tissier. You can't get much closer than that.
Trevor Francis has made the short journey down from the director's box to the tunnel. Apparently he's not too keen with the way his midfield has been operating so far. Wants them to get further forward. Perhaps Trevor Francis is thinking, oh, for a Chris Waddle out on the pitch. He's still not ready to make his comeback. And onside, Duxbury. Chance for Bradford. Only one man in the middle, though. But here's Liburd. They've now got a couple in. Liburd will go for the shot. And Pressman didn't get a touch. Richard Liburd. Bradford's first real effort on goal, that.
Great run initially from Duxbury to beat the offside trap, and lovely cross shot, pace on it, bending. Pressman saw it round the post.
Well, he didn't find Taylor, but it's enabled Murray to make a run. Pearce coming over. Just held it up too long, maybe. Two in the middle now. Bradford continue to work hard, which is as much as you would expect, and Jewell tries to turn his marker Atherton and gets a free kick. Bradford's chance here. Paul Jewell is fleetness of foot there, just undid the centre-back.
Nice turn, and they're growing in confidence, Bradford. The last few minutes they've had a chance from Liebert and given them confidence to push forward.
I notice Duxbury has taken great care in teeing this one up. Jacobs might have a crack. Murray's involved as well. Duxbury's the one on the ball. And it will be Jacobs. He'd love to score here. He won't come closer than that. Wayne Jacobs beat Kevin Pressman with this shot, and it's just whistled by that right-hand upright, and not by a lot, I suspect.
Another thing worked on the training ground. Didn't stop it quite dead, but he struck it well. And again, Pressman had it covered, but it was a close shave.
Very, very close. Jewell. Forward from Taylor. Duxbury's made another energetic run, but this is shut. And Pearce's tackle on him good enough. He looks a very accomplished defender, as Andy Pearce. Sheridan. And then Bart Williams, and look at Petrescu racing up alongside Bart Williams. Here's a chance for Wednesday now. Bradford desperately backpedaling. A good ball in and they might be in trouble. Oh, and a brave, brave header by Kamara. Still the chance here for Hyde. The ball in the net, no goal. Offside given before Hyde even stuck out his leg to divert the ball into the Bradford net. The fans knew that, as well as Graham Hyde.
That's one of Graham Hyde's qualities. He's 1 minute he's at the edge of his own box, the next minute he's in the opposing box, looking for a chance on goal. Good ball in from Bart Williams, looking for a near post ball really for Hurst, but he was following up for the chance, Graham Hyde.
Surely there can't be much left in this game in the first half, but Shutt tries to make something of it for Bradford. And let's be fair, it's not been a very good 45 minutes. John Sheridan hit an upright for Sheffield Wednesday. Paul Tomlinson made one outstanding save from Mark Bright. And Wayne Jacobs at the other end came close for Bradford. But half-time score at Hillsborough is Sheffield Wednesday 0. We can only hope for greater quality in the next 45 minutes, and the onus very much on Sheffield Wednesday. Bradford certainly, as the second division side, will be delighted with the way they've contained Wednesday in the first 45 minutes. If you can put yourself in the position of Trevor Francis, Chris, what do you reckon the message was at half-time?
I think that the wide players have got to come into the game a lot more. In the first half, everything was going down the middle of the field, and that suited Bradford City because there was a lot of bodies there. They've got to get the ball wide and get it round the back of Bradford City.
Hyde has got it wide this time. And, cross coming in from Ian Taylor, so there is a substitute on at the start of this second half. Ian Taylor playing down the right. Good. Petrescu. A lot of Wednesday players making runs ahead. One of them here is Bart Williams. Does well. Taylor. He won it back. Bird threads it through. Bright. Jacobs gives it straight back for Sheridan. His shot takes a deflection. Well, the net at the moment obviously doesn't have any magnets in it because we've had about 3 shots which have gone no more than a foot wide of the uprights. It's Bradford living dangerously here.
Graham Hyde did ever so well, looking for little give and goes and little bobbles off defenders, and picks up the clearance here. Sheridan wants to hit the shot first time, but there's a good deflection there. The push.
There is Taylor with a header, which is scraped over the top of that Bradford crossbar. Wednesday for the moment.
A lot of bodies, near post corners, always difficult to defend. It just couldn't get over the top of it. But that's his danger. Taylor in the box with his height.
Since Taylor come on, there's been a much greater potency about Sheffield Wednesday. He's staking a claim, of course, for a place in the starting lineup in the next league game. Options just a little bit limited here at the moment, with the likes of Walker and Waddle out of it. There's a dangerous ball, and Mark Bright has a chance here. David Hurst in on it. Is this the moment for Hurst? Tomlinson deprives the England man of a goal. And the Hillsborough fans up off their seats in agony, really. David Hurst, what, 7, 8 times out of 10 would have scored there.
Great work from Mark Bright. Lovely ball into his path. Just can't get it in the right position. It's bobbling around, and when it's not going for you, it's not going for you.
Duxbury going more and more into things down that right for Bradford. Jewell knocks one long. There's shot at the back post. Bradford City score, and it's a Sheffield Wednesday old boy, Carl Shutt, who gets the goal. What delight for Bradford's followers. More and more trouble heaped upon Trevor Francis and Sheffield Wednesday. And what an irony, it's Carl Shutt.
Yes, he's felt that feeling before. Jewell, one of the goal threats. Here's the other one. Great header, got above the defender, picked his spot. And no more than Bradford deserved. They look organised, they've looked to have that goal threat all the game. And he'll love that one.
You detect a smile on the faces of Lenny Lawrence and George Shipley. They'll be just beginning to think, well, they're perhaps weakened with the team this year. Bit of cup glory, and Bradford have known some over the years. The likes of Tottenham and Everton have suffered at the hands of Bradford. Norwich last season, Sheffield Wednesday are 1 down against them now. Well, I'm sure Carl Shutt is perhaps best remembered for that goal he scored for Leeds United against Stuttgart in the Nou Camp Stadium in Barcelona. But he'll have enjoyed tonight's header just as much. Now Petrescu for Wednesday. That really has stoked the fire, and Wednesday must respond now. And Petrescu's the one going in. I'm afraid they'll be jeered tonight if they lose at home to the second division club.
Yeah, it's a very difficult period now for Sheffield Wednesday. They need to steady themselves, and the wheels haven't got to come off tonight. They've got to really get themselves together, be a little bit more organised, and they really have got to go for this game now.
20 minutes to go. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bradford City 1. The ball coming off the top of Wayne Jacobs' head. Petrescu. Well, how they need something now from their international stars. Knockdown for Taylor, who's getting in here, and Ian Taylor has driven a Wednesday equaliser. What a great time to score your first goal for your new club. Trevor Francis's half-time substitution has paid dividends, and Ian Taylor, the new boy from Port Vale, brings Wednesday back into the game at 1-1.
Measured ball into the box from Pearce. Watch the layoff here. Lovely layoff from Bart Williams. Knows what he's doing. And a strike with the left foot. Far side of the goal. And they're back in the game now. So often it is when a team scores a goal, the next 5 minutes is the most dangerous time. And Ian Taylor's proved that adage absolutely correct.
Sheffield Wednesday got such a great record in this competition over recent years. A couple of years ago, you remember they lost in the final against Arsenal, and of course they beat Manchester United in the final. Before that, here's Watson. First time he's in the thick of it, he's done really well. Oh, that would have been a fantastic goal if Gordon Watson had scored, because he showed enormous tenacity to get past those two defenders, and he's hammered this one in, and that's a terrific finger-stop reactionary save from Tomlinson. Petrescu on for Watson. Petrescu again. Looks a little happier in this right-back role than he did in the first half. Here's a cross from Bart Williams. Well dealt with. Nolan has chipped a good ball up here. Petrescu's onside, and Graham Hyde puts the ball in the net for Sheffield Wednesday. And that is the first goal in a competitive fixture at Hillsborough for Graham Hyde. And the game has suddenly turned on its head. Delightful chip up from Nolan. Petrescu, and thanks very much to Hyde.
Yes, a lovely ball in there. They waited for the offside flag, that never came. Another cracking run from Petrescu. He's been doing it all this half. Keeps his head, slots it across the goal, and good goal from 1 yard, was it?
A fair showing by Bradford, Chris, no matter what the final score.
Yes, a tale of two halves, really. Bradford very well organised in the first half, making it difficult for Sheffield Wednesday, and a much more open game in the second half. Good tactical substitutions, I feel, at half-time by Sheffield Wednesday.
Carl Shutt headed Bradford into the lead with just 23 minutes to go, but Ian Taylor equalised 2 minutes later with his first goal for the club, and Graham Hyde has given Sheffield Wednesday a 2-1 advantage to take to Valley Parade in 2 weeks' time. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Bradford City